Hi everyone, and this is my first talk on narcissistic parents and how it affects the child. Now, normally we get complex post-traumatic stress disorder as a result of narcissistic abuse. It leaves us feeling very frightened. Like for most of my life, before I even knew that, I was a complex post-traumatic stress survivor, I used to get like confused on why do I just get scared? Sometimes I even just meeting people who I've only just met. Why do I get certain feelings that make me go in myself? And it was like rather confusing. And obviously, we all love our parents. That's the number one thing with complex post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, let's call it that from now on, is that we've got so much love. I found within myself and other people watching numerous, hours of videos and stuff, people tend to see us as naive and gullible, and we tend to see ourselves as that. But the reason is that because we've been made to be by ourselves, by our narcissistic parents, we've been made to put other people's needs first, and basically just be these little puppets. Like my life just makes so much sense now, even the way I even acted in relationships, because I used to be confident at the beginning of relationships, and partners used to note this, and it was just like, I don't know, I would automatically like monitor and parent myself, like subconsciously, without even knowing it. That's why reprogramming your subconscious mind by meditation, listening to other people who've gone through similar things as you, listening to motivational speakers, people that can inspire you. It's a totally reprogramming of everything that you basically know. And because some of the abuse has been so entrenched, because it's normally carried out by a mother or father, or mother and father and other family members, sometimes the best thing that we can do is walk away. Now, I did walk away from my family, like physically. I haven't lived in my hometown since I was 18, but I didn't leave mentally until I was 34, and that was only 2 years ago. So yeah, it's basically I'm going to do a lot of serious on this, but in this video I want us to be very clear that having a narcissistic parent means that you're either going to turn into a narcissist yourself or be codependent. So I went down the codependent route. I had some narcissist siblings as well. I was the middle child. I've always been the black sheep kind of thing. And in fact, my mom used to say, "Oh, I couldn't stand you from mourning." And in that's a West Indian saying, and basically it means like from the day you were born, I couldn't stand you. But as life has gotten on, and they're saying, "Well, she's not gonna stand it," because I've always been happy-go-lucky. I'm one of these people that, yeah, I do get hurt, and obviously I've learnt to, install my boundaries and stuff now, but I just really don't see the point in carrying grudges. I've never have, and being horrible and stuff, but that was detrimental to me because I always wanted to forgive. I've forgiven some really, really, not saying things I shouldn't have forgive. You should always forgive, but situations that I should have walked away from. So basically, number one, when I started reading the characteristics, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is my childhood. Now, my mum used to dress me and my sister as twins. Now, one day I put pictures up, if I get permission from my sister. Me and my sister never been twins. My sister's always been like more of a slim thing, and I've always been, curvy and just tomboy, and it was ridiculous seeing me in Minnie Mouse clothes. Yeah, Minnie Mouse clothes. But yeah, so basically they see their children as objects. So my mum was always like making us stress. Well, she'll get mad if we got our clothes dirty. In fact, we used to get hit if we made our clothes dirty and stuff. And lots of these memories that have surfaced over the past 2 years, I blocked, like I created, like when I got to about 21, I created this version of my childhood that I convinced myself I had, that it wasn't that bad. I acknowledged that abuse and stuff took place, but I kind of painted over it. And that's another thing that we can do when we've got CPTSD as well. We can just paint over things and just not, you know, give ourselves the time of day and self-nurturing that we need. And we really need to do that. We need to be that parent, that mother, that father that we never have. That's the only way through, because that helps us with our codependency as well. Because, I mean, dealing with my neediness, and even calling it that and admitting I was needy, I didn't want to do that for a while. You know, because you feel ashamed and you feel guilty, don't you? But if you realise that it's not that you are needy as an adult, it's that you're missing that nurturing, that care, that development that you should have had in your childhood, and you didn't. You got treated as an object, you know. I remember one time, and this is what I mean, like, it's really hard for me to use the words as sick and stuff when describing my parents, even now, because it's hard. And that's another, you know, another thing, because it messes with your whole reasoning and your attitudes, and you feel really bad just before even admitting the truth, sort of thing. But you know, one time my mum hit me when I was about 21 months, and it stopped me from actually breathing. And the only reason why I know certain things, and this will be the only one, because I'm going to do another video of like the really, you know, drastic things that happened in my childhood, but this happened when I was like 21 months. And the only reason why I know is because she laughs and tells the story throughout my childhood. This be a story of one time I hit you so much and you stopped breathing and we had to shake it, and you know, she found that funny. Now I know they've got twisted humour, but I'm a mother of a 19-year-old. I had him when I was 17. No way I would ever find anything that I've done wrong to my child funny. You know, I find funny things that me and my child have done, like when, like, I don't really like fast fairground rides, amusement park rides, so, and my son doesn't neither, but we like the thrill of it. So like, we sometimes go to amusement parks and we go on the normal kiddie rides, but sometimes we're going these like the scary rides, but we never enjoy it, and we're always scared and screaming and closing our eyes while we're on it. So I find memories of that funny, even though it's terrifying. But I just don't understand. But that's the number one thing we have to realise: we'll never understand them. I mean, I've been watching videos online of, you know, the narcissist side of the story, why they do it, why they can't love, and I even was tempted to, you know, message and be like, oh, you know, I can give you some love. You know, we just won't understand it. Certain things we won't understand, but what we have to do is make sure we don't turn our love light down. We shine it bright and we keep on going, you know, and we forgive ourselves and stuff, because it's not our fault that they like to treat us as objects and dress us up and control everything that we do. I mean, even now, even trying to confront my mother about her behaviour, every time I mention about my emotions or stuff she did in my childhood, or even stuff she currently does, because she's constantly, you know, ringing me up and putting me down and seeking compliments. Like, that's another thing I never, like, all my life I always thought she just like, she was always asking us as children, does she look good, does she look good, does she look good, and she still does it now. And that's another thing that they do. It's like they put too much on you, and they've always put too much on us from children. So we're brought up to be adults that believe we can change the world. Now that is a good characteristic to have, but we can only change ourselves and those who want to be changed. Yeah, we have got the power to change people that are around us and give them love and be nice and gentle with them and create loving relationships as well. But we also have to remember that because we've been brought up by narcissistic parents, we have took on some of their traits as well. Now, it depends on, you know, everyone's going to be different to what traits, and there are healthy narcissistic traits. You know, self-preservation in life is key, and there's nothing wrong with healthy self-esteem and healthy love and all the rest of it. I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but I'm going to make this part 1.